Hello, welcome back to Made by Amanda Mao. I'm Amanda and I make stuff. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a crochet artist. I mostly make amigurumi plushie type items that I sell at market events and online. And this is going to be a market breakdown video for what I expect to be my biggest event yet, you guys. And what I mean by my biggest event is the invite to this event. The website and the event page says that they had over 50,000 people come to this event last year. It's a big street fair. I've been looking forward to it for a while now. I think this might actually be my first event that I've ever had my work actually juried, which I'm not exactly sure what jurying consists of, but I know it means you have to like send your work in and it has to go through like an actual evaluation process to see if you can have a spot at this specific event. So I had to send in a bunch of pictures and a bunch of descriptions of my work, and also hopefully it being a juried event means that there won't be a ton of other crocheters there. It does say that there's going to be over 200 vendors, so I'm sure that there will be some other crocheters for sure, but hopefully not a bunch, and hopefully there will still be enough foot traffic to do well. Not only am I expecting it to be my biggest attended event, but also this is the most I've ever spent on a vendor fee for an event. I spent $175 for my vendor space at this event, which is a lot more than I usually spend. I try to stay within like a $30 to $65 range, but sometimes the bigger the vendor fee, that means the bigger the event is expected to be. Not always though, not always, so be careful what you're paying for. But hopefully I'll get lucky and it'll be worth it. It is just a one-day event. It is from 10 to 5 p.m. In addition to vendors, they have food trucks, carnival rides, a car show. They have like so many things on this big main street. So I did get like some information about my space. They actually mailed all my information to me, which was interesting. They mailed me like a map of where to kind of pull my car into and what my actual space number is, but it doesn't show where my actual space is. I'm hoping it'll be good because it looks like there's like two ends of the event, and there's like a car show at one end, and at the other end it's at the kids area. And guess what area I'm at? Not the kids area. I'm in like the car show section, so I wish I was like closer to the kids area, but you know, hopefully I'm sure people will be walking all up and down the street, so it'll be fine regardless. At least I hope so. It has been a crazy couple of weeks prepping for this event. I just sleep and crochet pretty much. Knowing the kind of attendance that I could be expecting, I just was trying to get as much done as possible. I still have more I'm gonna try to get done before tomorrow. It's like 9 o'clock now, but hopefully I'll be able to get some more done. If you watched my last video before this, my market prep video, you would see that I have a totally new setup, which is gonna be crazy to deal with tomorrow. So I'm about to show you guys everything that I am bringing to this event, and then I will come back later in the video and let you guys know how it went, how much I made, best sellers, what didn't sell, how the event was overall. So let's just jump into things. Any patterns that you see used in this video will be linked in a Google Sheet in the description below. And I will also have some of my display items and other items that you might see in this video linked in the description as well. So be sure to check that out. I am going to show you all of my items from the least expensive to my most expensive items. Starting with my keychains. All of my keychains are $8 each, or I do a 2 for $15 deal. I have these ducky keychains. I have 6 white ones, 6 yellow ones, and I also have 6 of these little mallard ducky keychains. Again, they are all $8 each. I have 6 of these little bee keychains. They're super cute, and they are $8 each. I have these whale keychains in a bunch of different colors. They are $8 each, and I have 6 of these. I have these octo keychains in a bunch of different colors. I have 10 of these, and they are $8 each. And I have these strawberry keychains. I have 6 of them, and they are also $8 each. Next, the nuggets are back, you guys. I made nuggets today. I just couldn't go to the event without them tomorrow. They're just a pretty big crowd favorite, so I wanted to make some. I have 6 of them, 2 of each kind of face. I got little happy face ones, these little straight face ones, and these little angry face ones, and they are $8 each, and I have 6 in total. Next, I have my chickens. I have them in these 3 colors, these like 2 tweed color yarns, and then white ones, and I have 9 of them in total, 3 in each color, and they are $12 each. Next, I have my chubby frogs. I made some in my old like Posh yarn that I have left over. Where's the Posh yarn, guys? Didn't they say that they were bringing it back later in spring? Didn't they say that they were going to restock it later in spring? It's later in the spring. It's like summer. It's like summer now. So where's the Posh yarn? If it's not coming back, I'm getting rid of it. So I tried to use some of it up to make some frogs. And then I have these dolphin baby ones. I have 6 of them in total, and they are $12 each. Next, I have my mushrooms. These are all the colors that I make my mushrooms in, if you guys were ever wondering, or if you didn't see them in a million other videos. I have 12 mushrooms in total, and they are $12 each. Next, I have my possums. I have 4 of these currently. I would love to make another one before tomorrow, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. These are $12 each. Next, I have my triceratops in a couple different colors. I have 8 of these in total, and they are $12 each. Next, these are a new make for me, you guys, and I absolutely loved making them. I made these stingrays. How cute are these? I always wanted to make stingrays, and I wanted to have like a little, if you saw my market prep video, I wanted like a little sea shelf of like sea creatures in my setup. So I made these for my sea creature shelf, and they're so cute. They worked up really quick. They have these little smiles under them. Are you kidding? I made them in these 3 colors. I have 2 in this color, 2 in gray, and 1 in this light blue, so 5 in total, and I'm selling them for $12 each. Next, I have my octos in this newer pattern that I've been using lately, which I really like, with these little tentacles. It's free. I'll have it linked. I have these in a couple different colors. I have 8 of them in total, and they are $12 each. Next, I have Pokeballs, or maybe like 1 singular Pokeball. I only have 1 so far, but my goal for tonight is to make at least 4 or 5 Pokeballs. You know how some people play like yarn chicken? If you don't know what yarn chicken is, it's like when you don't know if you're gonna have enough yarn to finish a project, but you keep doing it, and like you just try to finish the project anyway and hope that you'll have enough yarn. I played polyfill chicken tonight. Polyfill chicken. I was making Pokeballs, and I ran out of polyfill. I tried to make it last as long as I can. I thought I would have enough for all my prep, and I didn't, and Joann's was closing in a half an hour, so I literally got in my car, booked it, and bought polyfill at the last second to hopefully make more Pokeballs tonight. Now I have to, because I went and bought the polyfill, so I have to make them. But anyway, I have 1, maybe more Pokeballs. They are $12 each, and yeah, I just have 1 so far. Next, I have my axolotls. These are the 3 colors that I make my axolotls in. I have a bunch in the different colors. I have 10 of them in total, and they are $13 each. Next, I have my duckies. I only have these 3. They are $12 each. And you know what I did make a couple of for tomorrow, guys? I made penguins. I always have this inner debacle of, do I want to make penguins or ducks, because my bird tiers only have 3 tiers, and I already have my eagles and my chickens, so there's only 1 tier left, and I just feel like there's not a place for penguins and ducks, honestly. So I always end up favoring one, and I usually favor the ducks, but this time I made a bunch of penguins. I made them in these colors. I have another extra black and gray one, so I have 5 in total. I think they're really cute. What do you think is cuter though? Do you think the penguins or those ducks that I just showed you are cuter? Which one should I prioritize? I did make a couple of both, so I'm interested to see in the in the course of the day which sell first or which sell at all. A couple people have commented on these videos saying that they don't like when I go through all my individual transactions at the end, but that's why I like going through all the individual transactions, because you get to see, like, it's helpful for me personally, and they're my videos, so I'm gonna make them like that. But I like seeing like what sells first, like what kind of colors sell first, and like that information is like interesting to me. I'll have that detail for you later in this video of if the duckies or the penguins sell first and what colors sell first and what sells better. So yeah, 5 of these in total, and they are $13 each. Next, I have my bees. These are $13 each, and I have 6 of them. Ideally, I would love to make more for tomorrow, but again, I doubt I'll have time to get to these because the Pokeballs are the priority. Next, to top off the bird tiers, we have my chubby eagles. I have 4 of these in total, and these are $14 each. Next, this is a newer item for me. I brought it to my last market for the first time, so I'm interested to see how they will do at this event. I have my piggies. These are super cute. I have 2 piggies, and they are $16 each. Next, I have my kitties. I have them in these 3 colors, and I made an extra gray kitty, so I have 4 in total, and these are $20 each. Next, I have my turtles, my regular turtles in a bunch of different colors. These are just a couple of them. I'm really mad because I have my new iPad and I was working on Square. I was trying to add pictures of like the different variations in Square. Like, okay, so when you're in Square and you add an item, you could add variations. So I have turtles, and then I have every different color turtle listed, so I know which specific turtle color I'm selling. And I wanted to add pictures for each specific color because I call them like crazy things, like I don't even know, like orange multi and like blue multi and stuff. And I wanted to make it so that like if anybody else needed to use the iPad, if I had to walk away or anything, they would like clearly be able to see which turtle was which. So I tried to add these pictures, and first of all, you can't do it from your phone or an iPad. You have to do it like on the online version of Square. So I went online, and it took me forever to like add all these pictures, and I add them all, and then I go on Square on the iPad, and you can't see the pictures. The pictures aren't displayed anywhere. You can only see the pictures when you're on Square online, like on a computer or like on a browser. So I was like, all that work for nothing. What the heck? That's so stupid. And I would like that feature. So if anybody has any contacts at Square, or if anyone has any way around that, please let me know. But that kind of stunk. Anyway, I have my regular turtles. I have 6 of these regular turtles that are $20 each. I also have 1 strawberry shortcake turtle. She is $25. And I also have 1 sunflower turtle. She is $28. Next, I have my cows. I have these cows. I have a purple heart spot one, a pink heart spot one, and this regular brown spot one. My goal for tonight is to also make 1 more of the hot pink heart spot cows to have an extra. But right now I only have these 3, and they are $25 each. I also forgot about this miscellaneous peep that I might put out. She's gonna be maybe $20. Maybe I'll drop that price. I don't know. I just want to sell her, honestly. Next, I have a hippo. Look at her. She's really cute and chubby. She is going to be $25, and I have 1 of her. Next, I have my puppers. These are $25 each, and I have these 3 of them. I'm trying to show them in a nice way, and it's not working. I made an all white one for the first time. Again, very interested to see which colors will be the first to sell. Next, I have this chubby dino. He is so cute. He is going to be $28, and I have 1 of him. Next, I have my giraffes. These are $28, and I have 2 of them. Next, I have my elephants. I have 2 of them, and they are $28. Next, this was a new make for me. I made this big shark. He's so cool. He's for the sea shelf. I made him with this cool Bernat yarn that's like a bunch of different blue colors, and I really like it. And I think he's really cool. I only made one of him, and he is gonna be $30. Next, I have this big giant bee. He is going to be $35, and I have one of him. I don't know why I need to gender all my items. Sorry. Next, this was a new make for me this week. I made this giant llama. Look at him. He came out way bigger than I expected. I think he's really cute though. I already mentioned this in my last video, but I won't be making him again. He honestly took a long time. But I think he's really cute. He is $35, and I have one of him. Next, I have my big turtle. I have two big turtles. One has sparkly eyes, and one just has regular safety eyes. They are both $40, and I have the two of them. Next, I still have this giant flamingo girly. I'm hoping she will have a good day tomorrow at the market. She hasn't been wanting to sit nicely for me, but hopefully we'll have a good, okay day. Hopefully someone buys her. I have one of her, and she is $65. And last, but definitely not least, the cutie of the hour is look at this giant unicorn, guys. I love her. This is the biggest thing I've made yet, and I'm obsessed with her. She took a lot of Sweet Snuggles yarn, I'm not gonna lie. I made her because I had like all this extra Sweet Snuggles yarn, and I was like, what can I make out of these colors? I had the blue from the turtle, I had pink, I don't remember, oh, pink for my flamingo legs and stuff, and I like had extra white, and I was like, what can I make? And I was like, I'm gonna make a giant unicorn. And then I ended up running out of like, I was just trying to use up the extra yarn, but I ended up, I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't know she was gonna be this giant. This was the first time I ever made this pattern. She came out really cute. She definitely came out really cute. And I got these really cute felt eyes from ADH Crafted on Etsy. It was really hard to find eyes big enough for her. If you watched my last videos, that was like a whole struggle. I think I'm going to charge $75 for her, which between the time and the money that I spent on her isn't really even, she was more just a labor of love. If she sells, she sells, and if she doesn't, I get to keep her for a while. So I don't know though, I'm gonna get really emotionally attached to her the longer that I keep her, because I'm just proud of her and I just like her. But yeah, I only have one of her. So that is everything that I'm bringing tomorrow. Hopefully a couple more things. I gotta get back to crocheting, so we gotta wrap this up. But I'm pretty proud of everything that I made. My ultimate dream goal was to make around $3,000 in inventory. I only had about 2.5 weeks to prep for this event. So all of these things that I made in the last like 2.5 weeks kind of. I had some stuff left over from my last market, so combined with that, but not very much. So I did what I could. The dream goal was $3,000 of inventory. I made about $2,400 of inventory, so we'll see how much of that sells. I'm hoping I, at the very least, make my $175 vendor fee back. So I'm gonna get back to crocheting. I have a ton of stuff to do, but I will check in tomorrow to let you guys see my final setup, and then I will be back later in the video to again let you guys know how everything went. But wish me luck. Okay, bye. Hi guys, we made it. We are all set up here. People are already starting to show up, so I just wanted to check in and show you guys my setup. I did forget my pricing tags, which I'm really stressed about, but it's fine. I made it work. Oh, and I still have some pricing signs that I can hang up and people are coming by. So I already sold my big jumbo bee for $35. That was my first sale of the day. That one and a little bee went to this cute mom and her daughter. So I'm gonna show you guys my setup.
unicorn girly out here. Nice. These are our shells. I did end up making Pokeballs. Nice. We got our keychains over here. Our nuggets. Hello. And my big B was there, but he's gone now. I just have to put up some more pricing signs since I forgot all of my pricing tags. There's Sam. Say hi, Sam. My amazing help for the day. And that's what the setup's looking like. It's very hot out here, but hopefully we have a great day.
Hello guys, I'm back. I know that I didn't check in at the event, and part of that was because it was really busy, and part of that was because it was also so hot that there were moments where I thought I was gonna die, and any spare moments that I had, I was just like trying to cool off and chill for a second. So I'm sorry for not checking in. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how things went, and then we'll go over my sales, and then we'll do some conclusions at the end. So first things first, getting to my spot and setting up for the event was a little stressful. I think I mentioned that I had all the documents mailed to me about where my space was and how to get there and those kind of things, but it didn't show me where exactly the space was. It basically just said like, pull your car, have your car enter on this street. So it kind of took a second to figure out which street that even was. There weren't a lot of signs pointing to where I should be going. I thankfully figured it out, and I was able to pull pretty close to where I thought my spot was, and then I kind of had to look around for, there were people working the event, so I was trying to find someone in my section, in my letter section, to show me where my spot was, and eventually I did, and I found my spot. There were spot numbers written in the street. They were just like kind of small and hard to see, so they led me to my spot, thankfully. And then we had to kind of wait until the street closed. So we were pulling our cars near our spots, and I unloaded everything from the car. Sam helped me. She was an incredible help. Thank goodness I had her, because I would have been way stressed without her. But her and I unloaded everything from the car onto like the curb next to where my spot would be, because all the spots were going to be in the middle of this big main street. And then we had to wait for them to close the street to move everything to our actual spots. So that process was like sitting around for a little over half an hour, maybe, just waiting for them to close the street. So it was an interesting setup. I haven't been to like a setup like that before, so that was interesting. With Sam's help, setting up the grid walls wasn't really bad at all. That was something I was really nervous about, but it ended up being fine. Before we were even finished setting up, people definitely started to filter in, and I was making sales pretty early, even before the event started. So I'm gonna go over the sales with you now, and then after that, I'll talk about how everything went as a whole and my final thoughts on everything. You guys in the comments who said you don't like me going through every individual transaction, you are getting your wish in this video. I had a lot of transactions, so I actually don't think I'm going to go through each individual one, even though I know I was just complaining about how I like doing that. I don't want to sit here and bore you with all of those individual transactions, so I'm going to go through each item again from lowest to highest price and let you know how many out of how many items I had of that specific item sold, and then I'll tell you at the end how much I made and my fees and everything like that. Okay, so we're gonna get started, starting with my keychains. We had my B keychains. I sold 4 out of the 6 B keychains for $8 each. Next, we had our white ducky keychains. I sold 2 out of 6 of those. The ducky keychains did not pop off like they usually do. I have the yellow ducky keychains. I sold 3 out of 6 of those. And my mallard ducks, I sold 3 out of 6 of those. My octo keychains, I sold 5 out of 10. My strawberry keychains, I sold 4 out of 6. My whale keychains, I didn't sell any of the 6 whale keychains, and I ended up, Sam saw the pickle keychains in the bag and she was like, you know what, just hang them on the grid wall. What do you have to lose? So we hung them on one of the little shelves of the grid walls and we sold both of them. So that was great advice by her. I sold 2 pickle keychains. Those were the only 2 that I had. And all of those keychains were $8 each. I sold all 6 of my chicken nuggets, so that was a good last minute make for me. They were $8 each as well. I sold all 9 of my chickens for $12 each. I sold 6 out of the 6 chubby frogs I ended up bringing. I sold 10 out of the 12 mushrooms that I had. The 2 that didn't sell were green mushrooms, if you were wondering. They were $12 each, all of those. I sold all 8 of my octos. They did take a little bit to sell. A couple of those that I had left were some of my later items to sell. I sold all 4 of my possums. I sold 7 out of the 8 triceratops that I had. The ones that took the longest to sell were the 2 green ones. I had 2 green ones left over forever, and then 1 green one ultimately did not sell. The stingrays did not pop off. I only sold 2 out of the 5 stingrays that I had. I sold the two regular colored blue ones. I sold 3 out of the 4 Pokeballs I ended up making. I did end up making 4 of those the night. I stayed up really late the night before the market to make 4, and I sold 3 of them. I sold out of axolotls. I sold all 10 of my axolotls for $13 each. I sold 6 out of 6 of the bees that I had. I sold out of small bees. I sold out of all of the regular size ducks that I had. I had a 1 mallard one, a white one, and a yellow ducky. I sold all 3 of those for $13 each. I sold 4 out of the 5 penguins that I had. I think this was the conclusive day where I decided that people favored the duckies to the penguins. People weren't really obsessed with the penguins. They paid way more attention to the duckies, and I think I'm gonna stick with duckies from now on because the penguins just didn't pop off. The one that I was left with was one of the black and gray ones. I had 2 black and gray ones and only one of them sold. I sold 3 out of 4 of my eagles for $14 each. I sold both of my pigs. I think they were sisters or best friends that bought these. They both bought the 2 pigs. It was cute. They were $16 each. I sold out of all 4 of my cats that I had, and they went really quick. I sold out of all of my turtles. I sold all 6 of the regular ones. I sold my strawberry one and my sunflower one. The sunflower one took a long time to sell, surprisingly. Usually someone always picks that one up, but it took a while to sell, and it sold to one of my really good friends that I do theater with. Her name's Amanda. She bought my sunflower turtle, and that made me really happy that he got a good home. I sold all 4 of the cows that I had brought with me, but they were items that took a little bit longer to sell. Like 1 or 2 of them went pretty quick, and then usually the hot pink heart spot is my first cow to sell, and I had 2 of those, and they took a little bit longer to sell than usual. They're $25 each. I sold all 3 of the dogs that I had for $25 each. I sold my hippo for $25. The lady that bought this was adorable. Her name was Amanda too. She was a teacher, and she kept like coming back with her daughter and buying, or she was with like her daughter and her friend, and they kept buying stuff from my table, and they just thought everything was so cute. And then when she got home, she shared it all on her social media, and I was crying over the little videos with her daughter and her stuff. Her Instagram is adorable. Thompson's Teachings, check it out. I sold my chubby dino for $28. I sold both elephants. The gray elephant actually sold way faster than the blue elephant. I thought it would be the other way around, but the gray one sold way earlier, and they were both $28. I only sold 1 giraffe out of the 2 giraffes that I had, which I was surprised about because usually people make a big fuss about the giraffes. I sold 1 for $28. I sold my shark to this adorable girl who was obsessed with him, and I love that. I think that she's gonna give him a great home. I sold my singular shark for $30. I sold my big jumbo bee for $35. My llama sold for $35. You guys, both of my jumbo turtles sold. I had 2 of them, and they were $40 each. I sold both of those. I unfortunately did not sell my giant flamingo or my giant unicorn, and I do think that part of that could have been because if you saw my setup, they were like pretty high on a shelf on one of my grid walls, and not a lot of people were like looking at them up there, honestly. Once I started selling out of some of my table items, I ended up moving them to the table and people were looking at them there, but no one even was paying attention to them all the way up on that shelf, and that was sad because I feel like, you know, they might have had a better chance if I had put them in a better spot starting from the beginning of the market. I didn't move them until like the end. It is what it is with those. And I also sold this one rose that I had in my bag. Sam, this was another thing, Sam was like, just put it on the table, and I was like, all right, I put it on the table and it sold. So that's a note to you guys to put out whatever you have. It might sell, it might not, but if you have room for it, put it out. My total revenue for this market, you guys ready? It was $1,964, which is absolutely insane. This was definitely my most successful event yet by a lot. However, we do still have to factor in our vendor fees. My vendor fee was pretty expensive for this event. Like I mentioned, it was $175. My square fees and discounts were $20.96. And my material costs for all of the things that sold were $319.60, which seemed a little high, but I think it's because like it was a lot of those like jumbo items and stuff. I don't know. So that brings my total overall profit to $1,448.44, which is incredible success for me. I know I say this all the time, but seeing your hard work pay off, you know, I spent a long time prepping for this market and doing nothing but crochet for the last couple weeks, and you know, seeing why I do it. And it's not just the money, but seeing everybody get excited about all my stuff and everything like that. Like I said, it's just so rewarding, and it makes all the hard work so worth it. I love meeting and connecting with a bunch of people, and I just love markets. I know that I complain because I sign up for too many and whatever, but they're just so fun to me. I love being at them. I love selling stuff at markets. It's great. If you're on the fence about trying a market, just try it. I'm telling you, it's really fun. Stressful, sometimes stressful, but really fun. It's worth it, trust me. Some more stats for you guys. I had about $700 in card sales and then about $1,200 in cash. My best sellers were still my keychains, even though they didn't do as great as I thought they would do. I still sold 23 of them, which was $184 of my sales. My next best item in terms of actual units sold were my mushrooms. I sold 10 of those, 10 axolotls. I sold 9 chickens. And 8 turtles. Those were like my biggest quantity things that I sold. And I sold out of most things, which was great. Overall, I think the event was obviously incredibly successful. I was actually really happy with my setup and the grid walls. If you watched my market prep video, I know I did a lot of complaining about the grid walls and how I didn't know if they were something I would continue to use, but I did get a lot of positive feedback on them, and I loved the way that they looked. I loved all the amount of stuff I was able to put on them, and I think I might keep using them, you know, if not for every single market, definitely I'm gonna save them for my bigger events. Next weekend, I start a farmer's market, which I will be doing every Sunday for the next 5 weeks in a row. And I feel like that's a small enough event where I can maybe just get away with bringing one and only having to set up one of them. Long story short, I think I'm keeping the grid walls. I like them. Let me know what you guys think about them in the comments. I also just didn't do much planning when it came to the heat, and knowing that I'm going to be at the farmer's market for the next couple weeks, I'm definitely going to have to figure some stuff out with that. So if you guys have any suggestions for that, please let me know in the comments below. I think I'm definitely gonna get a fan for the tent that I can kind of hang up, something that's rechargeable or battery operated. I think for the farmers markets, I'm gonna start doing some farmers market vlogs where I kind of bring you guys to the farmers market, and instead of going over all the things I made leading up to the farmers market, I'm just gonna let you guys come with me to the farmers market and then kind of let you know what's sold afterwards. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss those. Thank you guys so much for watching this video if you did, and I will see you guys in the next one.